Hi, I am Gushi leader. My name is Fang Yong. Later, I will share about the introduction of Finding Nemo movie and the character Marie. For the introduction of Finding Nemo, this movie is released on May 13, 2003. Produced by Pixar Animation Studio. Released by Walt Disney Pictures.
Hello, my name is Tan Guan Yi, and I'm going to present about the synopsis of storyline and the part of the crush and squirt. For the synopsis of the storyline, this movie is about a pair of little father and son clownfish in a big ocean. Marlin loves his son, but sometimes he's a little bit protective of the kid. When Nemo is taken by a diver and whisked off to live in a fish tank on land, all Marlin's worst fears come true. While Nemo's ocean adventure features a whole bunch of fun fishy jokes, clownfish rarely do live together in sea anemones, and some fish have surprisingly short memory span. It is really not about fish at all. This movie has something to teach us about big important ideas like father and son, friendship, fear, truth, courage, memories, and love.
For the personality of Mari, he is an initially very serious, as shown when he would not tell a proper joke to some of Nemo's classmate parents because he kept explaining obvious aspects of the joke, causing him to be considered unfunny despite the apparent notion that all clownfish was supposed to be funny, which became a recurring gag throughout the movie as others state he is not very funny for clownfish. For the value that Marlin has is being brave. Marlin showed courage when he stepped off into an unknown ocean to look for his son, and Nemo showed courage when he goes back into the tank to rob the cleaner, despite his early failed attempt that had brought him very close to death. Marlin developed into an overprotective father that genuinely loved his son, but killed Nemo for aspiring life because he does not want him to be hurt. Marlin's approach to life is to live in fear of the future and carefully calculate every move. He thinks that as long as there is no risk, Nemo will be safe and happy. Marlin does not want to let Nemo go because he is afraid of not losing him. For the employee motivation, the character that are using OB motivation theory to analyze it is Marine. The antecedent of what happened before behavior is Marine does not believe Nemo can overcome difficulty and keep trying to protect Nemo. The behavior what person say or does not is he thinking Nemo will listen to him and won't take a risk, but this made Nemo think nothing would happen but was still coached by a demon. The, con- the consequence, what happened after behavior is on the way to find Nemo. The fish he asked gave him some opinion, which made he change a lot of idea. He shall give Nemo freedom and not restrain him, make Nemo feel brown. When he saw Nemo was going to die, made him think he made the wrong decision. The consequent application that I use is positive reinforcement when reinforced consequent is introduced, the behavior is increased. This is because after this consequent, let him realize, let him realize that he shall not be tied to Nemo. He need to be free to do what he like and believe that Nemo can overcome difficulty. In conclusion, I think Mary is a key successful. This is because Dory told him to keep going. He would definitely find his son, which made him change his mind. In the end, he successfully found his son and let him know that Nemo can overcome difficulty without him. That's all for my part.
My name is Kwek Yasin Karin. I will share about Nemo later. At the beginning of the movie, Nemo thinks his father is timid, so he deliberately turns and swims to the boat, making him caught by a diver. Based on the Mars model, the motivation of Nemo was motivate and achieve his target and move toward growth and advancement. In the movie, he has only one goal, which is go back to the ocean and find his father. Based on the ability of Nemo, he has a leadership ability. When Dory and the other fish has been trapped by the fishing net, he's brave and swims into the fishing net, telling all the fish to swim down. Nemo is a very energetic and active fish. He is social, gets along with others, and is very friendly and helpful. He wants to explore and has an adventurous spirit, even though his father is overprotective of him and hinders his pursuit of adventures. Also, he is very brave and has the quality of leadership. He can handle difficult situations and despite bravely in the face of adversity. Based on the rules perfection, when Nemo guides a school of fish to swim down to break the net that has imprisoned them, he exhibited exceptional leadership. Lastly, based on the situation factors, Nemo has thrown the pebble into the filter and jumped into the filter by himself to jam the gear to make the tank dirty. The personality of Nemo is a very energetic, jubilant clownfish. He He is also quite friendly with everyone he meets. Marlin's overprotectiveness caused him to be frustrated almost all the time, which leads to his capture by scuba divers. He enjoys going on adventures and experiencing new places. The value that Nemo has is courageous, as seen by his willingness to his life to clog the filter when knowing about everything his father did to save him, and he is willing to enter a net that had kept a school of fish to guide them to freedom. Nemo has excellent leadership skill, which was clearly visible when he helped the school of fish to break free from the net that kept them. He was able to communicate very well with them, and he got them all to act in a way that was required to achieve the goal of breaking free. He united the school of fish and brought them all together and functioned as a team. He was an excellent leader. Nemo has set a clear aim and direction to everyone. For example, Nemo leaps into action and orders everyone to swim down, later yelling, "Let's go to the bottom." Instead of saying we need to unite our power to pull against the fishing net until we break the net, he can distill his intentions into a clear, actionable direction down, and when they move and can see the ocean bottom, he adds a new actionable target, get to the bottom. For conclusion, I think Nemo is a key success because Nemo finally found his father, and Nemo is there in the plastic, and without his bravery and cleverness in the dentist clinic, he won't have been flushed into the sewer.
Good day everyone, my name is Zekai. On this presentation, we will discuss about Dolly. We describe the individual behaviors, personality, and value of Dolly. We use MARS to describe Dolly individual behaviors, personality, and value. First, let us start with the M, which is motivation. The motivation of Dolly will help Marlin to get back the Nemo. In the movie, from start to finish, Dolly's determined help Marlin to get back Nemo. This was the motivation of Dory on finding Nemo journey. Each want to help its friend when its friend is faced with a problem. Second is A, ability. The ability of Dory was a motivator. Example, Dory always motivate Marlin when Marlin feel lost. Third is R, low perception. For the low perception, I can say Dory was a good supporter. Dory clearly knows what low perception are. Dory knows on the journey of finding Nemo, Marlin was very nervous and lack of confidence.
because this was the first time Marlin went far from his home after Marlin's wife had died in an accident. So Dolly always support and motivate Marlin and try to let Marlin get back his confidence in this journey. Lastly is at situation factor. For situation factor, Dolly was a new friend for Marlin. Marlin was very not familiar with Dolly, so on the journey, Dolly was willing to share her story to Marlin. The purpose Dolly shared his own story to Marlin was he wanted to let Marlin believe in it and become a good friend. And then is the organization chance of Dolly. As mentioned with a hurt, Dolly has a tendency of giving this motivating concert to her buddies whenever they give up in face for a struggle. But it's something we might learn from while dealing with organization change management. Example, when your company endangers a shift, it's natural to reach with the system and even over rejection. In fact, it's something we are procedure to do according to research. The area of our brain that leads to change also control our fight or flight reaction. So anytime we are presented with change, we instantly create few words. There are numerous reasons why we may be resistant to it. And then in conclusion, Dolly was a good team member in a team. Dolly knows how to motivate a member at a suitable time. A team always needs a member like Dolly to motivate the team and always has a positive attitude when faced with a problem. So that's all for my part for Dolly. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Hui Xin, and I would like to share about Gil and the Tang Gang later in this video. The behaviors of Gil and the Tang Gang is based on the Mars model. For M motivation, Gil as a leader of the gang is planning to rescue themselves from the fish tank. Gil and the Tang Gang are trying to escape the fish tank after they saw one of their members accidentally killed by the dentist's needle. They plan to jam the aquarium filter's motor with a pebble, cause the entire tank to be completely covered with algae and force the dentist to clean the tank, which he needs to put all the fish into plastic bags, which they can use to roll out the open window overlooking a street next to the harbor and allow them to escape. This plan is showing that the motivation they have to reach the goal of escape and rescue themselves. For A ability, Gil is showing his ability as a leader, as he knows every member's personality and gives them tasks accordingly. He is a good leader because he has the ability of planning and assigning tasks to all the members. For the R, role perceptions. Every member in the team has their own roles too in the escape plan. Each of the members have their expertise or particular skills to use for the present task. The job assigned to every member was so perfect that everyone very interestingly performed it. Lastly, for the situation factor is when the Nemo comes. Nemo facilitated the plan as they need Nemo's help to jam the filter's motor as he is the only fish that is small enough to enter the exit of filter. Although their plan for the first time fails, they never give up to escape. They continue to think more ways to rescue themselves to escape. At the very end of the film, Gil and the Tang Gang successfully escape from the office in plastic bags. They make their way across the street, jump into the ocean waters. Although they remain floating in the water, it is unknown what happened to them after that, but we can clearly know that they have successfully escaped from the fish tank. Next, team communication also shown in these characters. Communication is the process by which information is transmitted and understood between people. Communication is important in a team or organization to coordinate work activities, organizational learning, better decision making, change others' behavior, and employee well-being. Communication is also to express ideas and thoughts to the team, having persuasive communication and influencing. Peach, the starfish, is playing an important role in the team communications. She is sticking on the fish tank and always keep track of the dentist to update their team members, which is the Tang Gang. While the team dynamics shows in these characters is the teamwork. Gil and the Tang Gang are having good teamwork and cooperation in order to rescue themselves out of the fish tank. The Tang Gang has a clear task component. Gil, the leader, is responsible for making the plan and guiding the members to complete their jobs effectively for the goal. Jax, the script, prevents cleaning the tank to form a favorable environment to realize the team goal. Peach, the starfish, primarily works in monitoring and reporting any circumstance outside the system. The geographer, Gurgur, is as the blocker. The blowfish, Blood, is the encourager. The yellowfish, Bubbles, as the follower, while the black and white humpback, dumb sailfish, Depth and Flow, are the gatekeeper. Nemo as the initiator contributor in the rescue plan. Gil provided the training process to Nemo by clarifying each step that he should have done, and also guide other members of their job to help Nemo. When Nemo completed his job, Gil and every one of the opposite members encouraged and complimented him, which can be thought to be the reward strategy that the team employed in that plan. All team members put within the effort and apply their skills to perform the procedure. Although some unpredictable risks happened during the meta stage, they achieved a number of goals within the end. In conclusion, Gil and the Tengang are also the key successes in this movie. This is because they finally succeed in rescuing themselves by escaping from the dentist fish tank. They have good teamwork and cooperate well with each other to escape. They also have good communication and play their own roles to rescue themselves.
Hi, my name is Kirita Tangwini. I'm going to present about the pelican Najil in this video. Najil is a rowdy pelican who is passionate about the dentistry and makes friends with the Tengang in the office. For the individual behaviors, I used the mouse model. So Najil's motivation is that he wants to help Marlin to save Nemo. The ability is Najil saves Nemo by flying into the dentist's office, making a mess, and diverting the dentist's attention away from Nemo. For role perceptions, Najil is well aware that he is the only one who can assist his buddies, so he did his best to wreck the office to rescue them. The situational factor is Najil knows all the information related to the office, including the Tengang, Nemo's situation, and Marlin's adventures. This enables Najil to be more effective in assisting them to escape from the office. For the personality, Najil is a friendly, helpful, and caring pelican that looks out for his friends Tengang and Gerald. Najil welcomes Nemo, who has recently joined the Tengang, and apologizes for any offense he may have caused. And Najil assists Marlin and Dory escape from seagulls and bring them to the dentist's office to meet Nemo. When Gerald choked on his breakfast, Najil was the only one willing to assist. Najil's value is based on his willingness to assist his friends. Despite the fact that Najil and the Tengang are different species, he regards them as good buddies rather than food. Najil will frequently visit the office to chat with the Tengang and tell them what was going on outside. For the decision making and creativity, Najil made a decision to fly to the dentist's office to tell Nemo and the Tengang about Nemo's father. Marlin faced various challenges and dangers in the journey of searching for Nemo. Besides, when the seagulls discovered them, Najil calmed Marlin and Dory down and convinced them to jump in his mouth. In addition, Najil are being creative to rescue Nemo from being thrown into the dustbin by flying into the office to scare and disturb the dentist and Dala in order to help Nemo escape from being thrown into the trash. In getting rid of seagulls, Najil is very clever with the use of ship's structure. He passed through the gaps between the sailcloths, led the seagulls to hit the sailcloths, and made Marlin and Dory escape from the seagulls. Through this incident, we noticed that Najil is able to make a decision with his own creativity to have a strategy to help them escape. Conclusion, I believe Najil was a major success. Despite the fact that Najil did not go to sea with the other fish, he was the most powerful character in the film. Najil does everything he can to assist his friends in escaping difficulties. Najil is so amazing and has unique in his own personality. He is helpful and loving while also being hilarious. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Squirrel, a plucky, playful sea turtle. Squirrel babbled with joy, and he loved to follow in the ocean currents and swam with his father. Squirrel is high-spirited personality, allow him to make friends easily, and enjoy each day as an interesting new adventure. In addition, Squirrel is seen playing hide and seek with Dory across the East Australian current alongside the other sea turtles and suddenly run off the currents. But the fearless and finally return with his courage and willpower. For Crush, who is a kindness and passionate daughter of 150 years old, is a puzzle by Marlin and Dory meet on their way to find Nemo. In the short journey of the East Australian current, Crush helps them get to their destination and gives them directions, although Crush is unfamiliar with them by the situation factor. This is why what the value of Crush and Squirt are for. They may be a passing feature in Marlin and Dory life, but they keep the story going until the end. In conclusion, Squirt and Crush as a liveness and a supporting character, it comes to traveling the ocean's currents with a laid-back, suave attitude that goes with the flow. Based on the behavior of Squirt and Crush, push Marlin and Dory forward to continue their journey of finding Nemo when crossing the currents of East Australia. This is all of my explanation. Thank you for watching my video. Bye.